They say life is made of millions of choices, but sometimes just one choice can rewrite your entire destiny. This is the story of how one boy, standing at a crossroad between failure and faith, discovered that the smallest decision can change everything. Meet Ethan, a 17-year-old teenager from a quiet town. He wasn't the smartest in class, not the strongest on the field, and not the most confident in himself. If you asked anyone about him, they would say, "Ethan, he's average." But deep down, Ethan had a dream. He wanted to become a musician. He wanted to play songs that touched hearts. The problem? He had no guitar, no training, no support. His father told him, "Music won't feed you. Stop wasting time." His friends laughed at him. "You? A musician? Impossible." But Ethan couldn't let go. He would sit on the steps of his school, tapping rhythms on his old notebook, imagining melodies in his head. One evening, while walking home, he saw a second-hand guitar hanging in a dusty pawn shop window. It was scratched, strings broken, but to Ethan, it looked like gold. He checked his pocket. He had exactly enough money saved from doing odd jobs. But here was the dilemma. That money was supposed to buy new shoes for school. His mother had reminded him that very morning. Ethan stood frozen, staring at the guitar. Two paths lay in front of him. Buy the shoes and stay safe. Or buy the guitar and take the first step toward his dream. That night, Ethan made his choice. He walked into the shop, trembling, and placed all his money on the counter. The shopkeeper raised an eyebrow. "Kid, this guitar isn't worth much." But Ethan smiled and whispered, "It's worth everything to me." From that day, everything changed. Ethan practiced until his fingers bled. He taught himself through old library books, free tutorials, and by listening for hours to songs on a borrowed radio. His classmates mocked him when he wore his torn shoes, but he ignored them because every night his room was filled with music, and slowly the noise of doubt began to fade, replaced by the sound of hope. 1 year later, Ethan mustered the courage to perform at a small school talent show. His hands shook as he strummed the strings, but as the song poured out, the crowd fell silent. Then, applause roared. That was the first time Ethan realized his choice wasn't foolish. It was powerful. Years passed. Ethan's journey wasn't easy. He failed auditions, faced rejection, and even thought of quitting. But he always remembered that one day in the pawn shop, the day he chose courage over comfort. That memory carried him forward until one evening, Ethan stood on a stage in front of thousands, spotlight shining down, guitar in hand, the same scratched guitar he once bought with his shoe money. The crowd chanted his name. His father, the same man who once doubted him, wiped tears from his eyes, whispering, "That's my son." Ethan's story is proof of one simple truth. It's not the big things that change your life. It's the small choices you make when no one's watching. A choice to keep going when it's easier to stop. A choice to believe in yourself when no one else does. A choice to sacrifice comfort for purpose. Because sometimes, the power of one choice is enough to turn an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. So, I'll leave you with this question. What choice will you make today? If Ethan's story moved you, don't let it end here. Share this story with someone who needs courage. And if you want more tales that spark hope and light a fire inside you, hit subscribe to Tales by Bill. Because one choice, even the choice to listen to the right story, can change everything.